When it comes to girls, I'm a kleptomaniac. I flow during convo, her vocal aphrodisiac. I turn them on like a light switch. Plus, I'm not leaving the game until I find the right chick. I mean, lady, forgive me, you're ready, okay? I'm trying to keep it clean, I'm looking for idiot play. Look better with the top off like a cabriolet. Can I help you get it off? You got that bomb, set it off. Divinity and femininity, I need a witness. You're looking like something they should have given me for Christmas. I threat to mankind, I gotta put you on my hit list. And rush when you blush, changing color like litmus paper. Definition of a flavor, sense hostility is intuition of a player. Tell plans, I'm the waiter, sick, tell a neighbor. If getting you is work is automatic, then you're late. But it's that and the missing my bang bon and hamba nawe. That and the missing what I get in the lengawe. That and the missing my bang bon and hamba nawe. That and the missing what I get in the lengawe. That and the missing my bang bon and hamba nawe. That and the missing what I get in the lengawe. That and the missing my bang bon and hamba nawe. That and the missing what I get in the lengawe. Like your mind is shit, kick out the silent look. Now my diva, but you off the Robben Island hook. You just took a shower. Your sense worth a pound, must have took an hour. I'm like the rand losing power. You speak sign language when you move your hips. Translation, take my hand and introduce our lips. Dedicate a heartbeat, put your hand on my chest. Squeeze my biceps through when mine says you got a head, you got a condom eyes. I condom eyes when you say make love to me. I'm organized, didn't use or have faith that all in my game. Just the truth, can't believe it's you calling my name. I wrote your poem, the son of 10, a rap song. You love me, then you tell me now, baby, that's wrong. I took you from my dream, I can take you from your man. I'm a player till I put a platinum ring on your hand. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. It's those girls, you know, you meet her and she's out of your league. But you know, because you got game, you kind of get lucky. But you know, deep down, you gotta take your game out and prove yourself, you know. So this is a true story. Everything I write is a true story. I just had to step it up and do something special in case I met someone of a caliber. Bache salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Salam dalisi mabengona ngihamba nawe. Salam dalisi kodwa ngeke ngidlale ngawe. Cause you give me room, the energy that you give to me, my Zuma. I take a breather, I catch a breath to kill death. No best before date, I'm ever fresh. I love how we communicate, you elevate the level of my concentration. Concentrate, easy like ABC. The universe begins with you and I, you baby me. Dealing with my do-do, I mean what you do, that telepathic voodoo. You watch me crawl until I walk better, ignore my draw until I talk better. For getting quiet, feeling right, getting by, guessing I'm getting mine. Second life busy for getting by. No strings attached, but you'll never sabotage. Feel like a cordless phone. Did I lie? Forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected. You lied at the entrance like a doormat, but now we got a format and you saw that. I brought it all back cause you didn't call back. I'm acting like a chick, I know, ignore that. I'm sensitive, whenever the psychic Taurus, the zodiac sign, man, some knows it like a sinus. I wanna know how you feeling. If you're scarred, are you healing? What type of drug you dealing? Is it love? Is it lust? Is it you? Is it us? I insist we dismiss the gifts and discuss. We're feeling things, but are we feeling something? You my remedy for much more than one thing. Is it parasitic or symbiotic? When feeling chaotic, you're the antibiotic. My friend and my thing now. There's a string now. I wanna give you a ring now. Forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected. Swagalanganeno, sonde. Kamduze ngicela ukukusebela basukasukela kodwa isoze yaphela singaphila inganekwane uma ungilalela zwakala nganeno sondela Kamduze ngicela ukukusebela basukasukela kodwa isoze yaphela singaphila inganekwane uma ungilalela. The winds of change blow my mind, it's strange how I maintain my brain without going insane. Since I came into this world, I've been trying to do right, play the game of life without practice. Now I'm losing into pain, born an intelligent kid, there's no irrelevant fear. I hope you sense that this sentiment is an introduction to the story of my school career. How I felt I'll be a feeling like my childhood peers. My real name, Brian, ends with the iron I had inside of me to make it when the time for trying. And trust I'm not lying when I say I stopped crying 5 years ago till recently because our pain was dying. Like a little baby in my girlfriend's arms. Thank God for she made the world winds calm. The family that handed me school fees in grade 8. I paid it because I wouldn't keep the house and be a slave. Ma had a different short notice, but we made it. Though the center was the picture couldn't change. She never paid it. Now they're repossessing furniture in my house. It's really hard to think about, but I think I'm gonna try. Fees made me fall. School fees need to fall. From walking I crawl. On my knees I still fall. Fees made me fall. School fees need to fall. From walking I crawl. On my knees I still fall. My mind's blank like in meditation. If I had a trigger, I would pull without hesitation. Smoking weed for levitation. Going like a Boeing to a high level. But I feel closer to the devil like my soul was embezzled. Praying to God for a miracle. I need school fees, I'm hysterical. Every time they make roll call, I feel nervous. So motivated, what's the purpose? Those who deserve it. In line, people make it the hard way. Who never surface. From the depths of poverty, I'm financially cursed. The service I give to mom of good grades isn't worth it anymore. If I'm gonna drop out and deserted, I applied for financial aid in my application. Though the waiting list was long, I didn't need patience, got rejected as a student at the varsity. Cause I needed 4.5 G's as a starting fee. The SRC told me attend and register later when you raise the amount, etc. To write the exam, I got special permission on condition they wouldn't mark it till I pay my tuition. I did raise the funds up, administration messed up, took too long to mark it. My loan was discarded. To everyone who tried to help me, here's a shout out. Thank you for your efforts, but I think I'm gonna drop out. I'm sorry. Fees made me fall. School fees need to fall. From walking I crawl. On my knees I still fall. Fees made me fall. School fees need to fall. From walking I crawl. On my knees I still fall. Hope everybody's well. Oh my goodness. Excuse my manners. Hope everybody's well. I am excellento. I am excellento. Yes, the day has come. The day has arrived. And we're launching this book. I love this bit. I never know where to begin, but it begins here. Let me look at you. There she was, topless, hair kinda like the omelet. She bringing in bed with a slice of brown bread. A Scandinavian, vegetarian, between the sheets, barbarian. Breaks me off more than brown bread. She generous, in love with a thug, don't give a damn if this tears. My blonde blue-eyed girl, was a player down in this cold black-eyed world. I'm 19, but age experimental by stage. Had a supermodel body flipping over like a page. She's about 22 with plenty dudes. Want to replace the white smile she puts on my black face. A disgrace, but I got no compo. She loves my combos, she's a perfect combo, but I'm gone though. If I tell you doubt me, she's about me, even though I'm shitty and rowdy. Love is no matter what the yeah. Feel it inside, just let it flow. I am black, she was white, but we were. You wanna stop the music now? They saw red and had the blues. They saw red and had the blues. What's wrong with people? People hate interracial relationships. Recently, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope everybody's fine. Today is a special day. Today is the day I release I'm Brian Khoza, writer, author, writer, right? Multi-genre writer. I rap, I write poetry, I write columns for newspapers, and I write books. So a year ago, I released this book, Woman Love 365. And it's a catalyst for quite a few projects because we're trying to stop the war between men and women, right? So I've got all these different things. A lot of it was written in real time, and I did not compile it into books when I wrote it, a lot of it, and I didn't know what to do, right? But when the private abuse situations in relationships happen, a man hits his girl, it's on the news, a woman kills a man, what were the other people doing? We don't know, but I felt that we keep getting attacked as men sometimes, probably rightfully so, in terms of we should do something, but it's not fair when they're so aggressive against us, So I'm doing something about it, not to be important, but whoever's listening to me would hopefully learn something. And as a result, I've brought the most difficult relationships into my life, I think, so I can be knowledgeable in what I'm talking about, right? So my books cover different topics, and I found that it really helps to tell you the private stuff that happens, because what ends up being in the news starts with private stuff. So I've been writing for newspapers for like over 20 years, or about 20 years. And even then, because of how I grew up, I always wrote about this stuff. So what I want to do today is I want to thank some people who've been here for me. I want to acknowledge the Woman Love 365 book. And I want to launch this about 50 women. And just, read some poems from it and maybe talk to them, because I think people think it's all my exes. No, I don't have 50 exes. I don't think I have 10 exes. I don't do many relationships. I'm only 41, so see me in a few years. When I say exes, I mean people I dated were like, you my girlfriend, you my boyfriend, that kind of stuff. No, it's just different types of relationships with women. Before I start, I want to thank some people who've just been really helpful to me. I want to start with my friend Milo. Thank you for your support and just being a brother, and also being a man I can rely on for just a voice of reason, to be a voice of reason.
with relationship issues throughout the beginning of my marriage when I wanted out, and you helped me stay longer. And now when I got out, you're supporting me, but you about the right thing, and I appreciate that. Also to Shimon, my brother Shimon, you've really been there for me, man. I really thank you. I thank you. I don't want to call you my lawyer because you're not. You're a lawyer, and you will be my lawyer soon. But it's just because we're not fighting, you know. You're just being a brother right now, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate being a voice of reason again, and you know your experiences. Um, they, just they help me, you know. We've been there through everything together, so I really appreciate you, brother. And I want to thank Lawrence Piper doing manifest today. Lawrence Piper, we don't talk very often, big brother, but you also a voice of reason. You're like my best friend. We don't talk too often. You're my professor. Left the country now, you know. First you left the city for Cape Town, but you've always been there for me whenever I need something. You know, whether it's people trying to start political parties and they need to, and you always just find 5 people to help me. When my dad wanted to start a repairs association, you're there. But you're just a brother, man. You love me, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming to my home in Mbali to collect your book and just see how I'm doing. And then to my brother, my big brother, Sensei Buhle, really thank you for surviving. We both survived 2020, and we're doing okay in 2021, even though it's tough. Boss, love you, Sensei. My brothers, PK Styles, appreciate you. And then the men, my dad, my father, thank you, Khoza. Now I want to thank my sister Zama. Zama's been amazing. She's become my best friend now. One of my best friends, and that's my sister, my blood sister, you know. She really felt sorry for me with this divorce thing, and she's become really supportive. And my little sister Zipia, thank you. She says she's a prayer warrior and I'll be fine. And yes, I'll be fine. I am fine. Can you see? Booty is looking good. To my other sister, Sbo, our sister, Sbo Sbia. You could say stepsister, right? In the English world, but that's my sister. It's my father's daughter, my stepmother's daughter. I love you. To my friends, whew, where do I start? Sean, Dream Living, really appreciate you. You've really been a rock. Just calling me out to come party with you, you know, so you know we can see how I'm doing. That's precious. I see what you're doing. You're trying to monitor me. Appreciate that. And your husband, you know, I've enjoyed going to your parties and your brides and your adventures with you. And thanks for everything. Hey, talking to me every day is really, it's been helpful. Awkward for me because I don't talk to anybody every day, let alone a girl I'm not dating. But you've become my sister, you know, because you always check on me when I'm not well from the first time. Thank you to Dr. Julie Smith, love you. Thank you for taking me skydiving. Thank you for the constant support, the financial support. It's crazy. Just give me so much sometimes, but you say you'll come back. It certainly will. Thank you to, okay, not in order. Thank you to all the women I interviewed. You guys have made this the best year of my life, you know. Razi Manzi, you're precious, you know that. Nazneen Mula, you're precious, you know that. Manda, my sister from back in the day, amazing. Tambi creates, Tambi, Bruja Tambi, love you. It's just been really precious to my ex Nosisa. Love you, girl, you know. Don't know if I'm still in love with you because you keep disappearing. I might be. Thank you for being so damn cool. Appreciate that. And stay strong, you know, with all this restrictions on travel. Hope you're enjoying that. Gotta thank Tassie, my veiled angel. We don't talk much anymore, but thank you for designing the cover of the book and for everything you've done for me. To Lioness, thank you. To biographer Sharon Dale, thank you for helping me with the writing thing. Thank you to the people who stocked my book, to the hangar in Richmond. Thank you to Rosehurst, Lady Bean, Michelle, thank you. Thank you to Sophie's Choice. We're going to do some work. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Serendipity. She's been amazing. The Richmond Tourism Organization. Thank you for that. And thank you for just everything, you know. Thank you to Cornia, who I wrote for the newspaper. Thank you to Foxy One, firstly for just being my rock for 18 plus years. Thank you for, yeah, just everything. Thank you for agreeing to be on the cover of my latest book, About 50 Women. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she gorgeous? Okay, and Bianca, Baby Sade, thank you for letting me use your note you wrote to me in the book as a foreword. Thank you to New Print for printing my books. Really great service over there. Thank you to Pearls and Soaps. I always say the names wrong. The Richmond printers. Thank you to Nanocom. Okay, thank you to everybody. Thank you to PJ Gelale, a brother from America and Nigeria. Thank you for this outfit. I don't wear this much, but it's because it's just so precious. King stuff, velvety. Thank you for this. I really appreciate it. I wanted to start by acknowledging your sister. So one of the last poems I wrote in this book is to Jenny. And Jenny is PJ's sister. She passed away, and before she passed away, she was trying to get me to go to the States, you know, and see PJ. She was like, you need to see your brother. She had some really health challenges. She had to learn to walk and swim again, you know. And what happened was she got online while PJ was away from online, and she started writing a lot, you know, just keeping us up to date with what she's going through. And it was very inspiring because she was the only sibling of PJ's that I'd heard about and never met. You know, I'd never met her. So it was nice to actually get to know her and just get to experience her, you know. So it broke my heart when she passed away. At least she saw this poem. I believe she did. I'm trying to remember now when this was 2012. She passed away in 2013. Okay, yeah, she did see this poem. Yeah. And then her brother one day just told me, hey, I thought it was her messaging me, and he messaged her that she passed away. It broke my heart. I cried like a baby. I called him and just cried, and I'm not the crying type, you know. I can tell you the number of times I've cried. If you don't count this year I cried a lot because I miss my babies. To see my babies look like that and be messed up like that, I make myself cry again. Can't believe how my children look now. But anyway, let's focus. So this one's called Thank You, Jenny. Okay. I don't know if I should play music in the background, but I will just now. Sent to her on 29 December 2012. This is About 50 Women. Weekly poems from 2012, okay? This is one of the poems. Greetings, dear beautiful sister of mine. I've been meaning to address you in rhyme, but I was low on courage, even though inspiration flourished. So here is a likely to be edited piece. I hope finds you in peace. I wish to thank you in lyric for your generosity and strong spirit. I draw from a similar well, so I relate, that ever-flowing drive to achieve and be great. We want to join those who complain and may, but our confidence leads us astray. We get lost on the way to self-doubt. So focused on the prize, we reroute. We look to victory helped by God, wearing warm smiles even when it is hard. But you know your journey more, so it's familiar. I just thank you for sharing it with your familia. I've been working on healing myself. Though different, it meant tightening my belt. I had to survive on minimum, so bare. I made many develop worry and fear. I had to do without luxuries. Perceived success had attracted poor company. They impoverished my spirit and hope evaporated. So in the fall, I collected supplies for winter. I lost my place. And hibernated. Should I start again? They impoverished my spirit and hope evaporated. So in the fall, I collected supplies for winter and evaporated. There have been no friends. I didn't want any winter's end. I am starting again. I messed up. Focus. All right. Thank you, Jenny. Sent to her on 29 December 2012. Posted on March 30, 2013 by Brian.co. I left the posted part, okay? But that's when I posted it on my other page. Greetings, dear beautiful sister of mine. I've been meaning to address you in rhyme, but I was low on courage, even though inspiration flourished. So here is a likely to be edited piece. I hope finds you in peace. I wish to thank you in lyric for your generosity and strong spirit. I draw from a similar well, so I relate. That ever-flowing drive to achieve and be great. We want to join those who complain and may, but our confidence leads us astray. We get lost on our way to self-doubt, so focused on the prize we reroute. We look to victory helped by God, wearing warm smiles even when it is hard. But you know your journey more, though it's familiar. I just thank you for sharing with your familiar. I've been working on healing myself. Though different, it meant tightening my belt. I had to survive on minimum so bare. I made many develop worry and fear. I had to do without my luxuries. Perceived success had attracted poor company. They impoverished my spirit and hope evaporated. So in the fall, I collected supplies for winter and hibernated. There had been no friends. I didn't want any until winter's end. I kept my head down, took blows and swung. And look what my time alone brought. Besides a weekly column and poem journal, the security in my future is eternal. There are but a few intricate steps left. You could say my trajectory depends on these specs. The academic sponsor needed grades first and now wants early January meeting. There's a job alert, there's a job advert I must reply to really start eating. Hence the ability to plan a vac has been elusive. These two factors will help my surprise visit plans more conclusive. Then we will finally meet and get to really chat. And you'll see that beyond the seriousness, I'm a silly cat. Dear Jenny, hope this rhyming letter brightens your day. It is from my heart to yours, delivered with love as always. Thank you, Jenny, by Brian Khoza, December 29, 2012. This was the last poem I wrote that year. And yeah, broke my heart when she passed away, man. I was really, really cut up, you know, because she was trying to organize a surprise visit to my friend PJ. And she had an accident and stuff like that, and she passed away. And she's been doing so great, just healing, you know. So yeah, broke the heart. But yeah, the poems are about, I felt like, because I'd written poems to women before and then put them together and published them, and those are romantic, to show that all these women are still fine, alive. I was in love and it didn't work out with any of them and everything's okay. That was the romantic side. With about 50 women, it was more so about the fact that there are many different types of relationship with women, many types. And what happens is you find, you learn so much when you just deal with people, not as potential spouses, not as potential girlfriends. And I think a lot of people know that, but a lot of people also don't know that. So there's a lot of suspicion about when men and women work, when men and women are friends, when men and women hang out. There's so much to learn about life. You know, I've got spiritual teachers, I've got people who taught me how to meditate, people who teach me how to heal. You know, about six people have taught me about the writing industry, etc. I've been taught a lot by people, and I just feel that we need to acknowledge we need to acknowledge the fact that there are many relationships out there. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So another poem is to a woman I call Computer Love. Of all the women I didn't start official relationships with, that I was seeing, she's probably the greatest love. I felt the most affection for her. We didn't really fight. She was in Johannesburg. She's from Soweto. So she was doubtful about a lot of things. And I just felt like needs more faith, right? For us to work. Because then I can migrate to Johannesburg, you can migrate to Pietermaritzburg. We still talk. She says she was scared, but she always wishes me well. She's our fine love. She's just one of my cheerleaders, you know. So I call her nice one. I was marking her accent because she you know, it's called twanging. Colored people call it twanging when you speak like a white person. So noise was just nice. I was like, you sound nice. Because when they say nice, it sounds like they say noise. Noise. So anyway, I was making fun of her. Nice one. If you like how Foxy one's on the cover, this is nice one. So yeah, I wrote this on the 1st of March in 2012. In the actual book, I don't say what dates I wrote everything, but this is easier to read, you know? So I'm using that. But the book, yeah, the book is part of the woman love movement, but there's Foxy on the cover, ain't you gorgeous? You know. So yeah, that's the book. About 50 women with weekly poems. Thanks to Justin Ross. Oh goodness, how could I forget? Justin Ross has been doing my artwork lately. Beautiful brother, really been helpful and patient with me because you know I'm a crazy artist. Yeah, okay, nice one. Let's read this. Nice one, my computer love. Wow, nice one. You're still here after all these years. I met you on a hip hop radio show's online forum, and we got the meeting going like it's a quorum. We went from months of text and emails to a year full of memories of which I can't share details. I said you sound nice when you first called, pronouncing it noise, and you became nice or and computer love with the love in the voice. I get lonely and you come to mind, so I call you annually, at least a few times, to tell you I love you. You say you love me too. I don't need much else. You know, I got randomly attacked quite often, so I keep to myself. But I've learned from you that thinking positively is a tool. You'd always say the glass is half full. You're from Soweto, my Sarafina with the dreadlocks. Long distance is why we deadlocked, but we had something special. You call me the best, but you were higher than the next level. We were curious, so we became studious. I can't recall pain from you, and that's where the beauty is. You were there through job hunts and the psychotic boss, making me feel like a winner through apparent loss. Before social networks, we used our fingers as much. 7 years have passed and I'm still friends with my computer love. Thank you for the honest love and respect. You tolerated my temper when I felt neglect. I thought we should try, though we lived apart, forgetting that you totally nourished me from afar. That pout is the first thing I saw from lips so scrumptious. Satin skin, my hands felt that in a firm voluptuous. You'd come with your friend to the hotel. I was impressed by that. I never did tell. I had flown in for the second time and had to see you. You'd been afraid the first time, sweet you. I looked in your eyes and you pulled me closer. Wow, when did it start and when was it over? I remember we watched the Oscar-winning Foxy, and I'm sorry about your dog, Foxy. I thought with short hair I wouldn't be noticed at all. But you say they were starting. Hey! I thought with short hair I wouldn't be noticed at all, but you say they were staring at the mall. You drove me to your home. That was nice. We had dinner and met Milo and Bryce. Karabs was great, and so was your sister. Didn't meet Ma. Sorry I missed her. You lovingly call me player, but I'm always loyal. And I was to you because you're royal. This is not goodbye, but your walk of fame, your spot in evening skies. Your family now, but you would have been a perfect wife. Keep shining, keep smiling, like the song says, and may whomever deserves to share your wedding day. Nice one. And I lost a poem, right? I lost this poem. No, I lost another poem. So I wrote this poem and trying to remember the poem I lost, and it came out almost exactly the same. But I won't read it. But I just thought it's very beautiful that I remembered it. And I wrote it the same, you know? Okay, I'll do it for you. Should I do it? Let me do it. I think this one's shorter. Okay, nice one. The lost and found piece. I miss you at times. You creep to mind, and then I call to say I love you, and you say you love me too. Really, there's nothing more I could ever ask for. Sometimes it feels like it was a dream. Like, was it as good as it seems? We met on a radio show's online forum, and we got it together like a quorum. You checked me quickly when I asked if you were a guy. A few weeks later, you called and I said you sound nice. Making fun of your accent, I pronounced it noise. So you became noise one with the love in the voice. You had me on the phone texting for hours, during working lunch, before and after showers. Before social networks existed, our fingers were used as much. We emailed and I wrote you poems, computer love. From Soweto, you were my Sarafina with the dreadlocks. The distance is the only reason we deadlocked. At first sight, you were pouting, full of attitude. You had your friend with, which I was mad at too, which I wasn't mad at too. I flew in for work and you drove all the way. The first time you'd been afraid. Now you were adjacent, everything looking scrumptious. The milky cocoa skin. You were fit but voluptuous. Perhaps I had two words you said the whole darn time. If we were crazy, I thank those who stole our minds. Nothing bad happened with us, is where the beauty is. We were curious, so we became studious. You said everybody stared at me at the mall that day. I'm used to it, but not feeling that free so far away. I'm used to it, but not to feeling so free that far away. I must summarize and shorten this memory lane, thanking you that I don't remember pain. I believed we could make it till the end. I was right. We made it as great friends. You were there through job hunts and crazy bosses. You always made me feel like a winner no matter the losses. I hope you remember the victories, the life, and the magic. I do apologize that my life tended towards the tragic. Sorry I snapped when you kept saying I lived too far. I've learned to be positive all the time like you are. Thanks for never fighting with me and saying I was the best. You're better than that, so you whatever levels next. This is not goodbye, but you're spotting my sky for dark nights. You're my sister now, but you would have made a great wife. Keep smiling, keep shining like the song says, until we meet again. But I'm always a computer away. Oh, computer love. Okay, I like this one bit. Dopeness. Yeah, so that was beautiful. Just a beautiful friendship and love and relationship, you know, because it's a lot of we don't talk about everything, you know. So I love that. I love that with some of the relationships we talk and we move on. When I say we talk, we see each other, we have sex, we kiss, and we whatever, and then it doesn't work into a relationship. And we don't have to be enemies, don't have to be strangers, because there's something good in that. But at the same time, I've always kept boundaries of relationships. So I don't hang out with people that, at all, really. Even my lady friends don't hang out every day. But we keep a good rapport. Now, there are girls I'll never talk to, you know, and I just think that's important as well. You gotta make sure your woman's comfortable, but at the same time, she mustn't be jealous and all that, you know. So I just think part of that is why it's part of why there's so much violence and jealousy when relationships happen, because people always think there's something going on, and then it builds a resentment and it festers, you know, and that's not a good thing. So yeah, I had a girlfriend for 2 days. I call her sea goddess. She's so beautiful, biracial, and she came to South Africa because for some reason she came for a little bit, and then we met, and I felt guilty that there was a connection. I couldn't believe I can never believe when certain girls flirt with me, but now it's familiar because it happens so much. So yeah, we had a relationship for 2 days. Nothing, we didn't go all the way, nosiness, none of your business, but we didn't go all the way. She was just beautiful, and we hung out in Marisburg a lot, and then I went to Joburg to say goodbye to her. What a woman! She looked at me and said, "I think my sister would like you more." Oh yeah, cute. That was funny. I was scared of a friend. A friend who introduced us. I was like, he's gonna be so mad. But yeah, well, if she told him, she told him. I didn't say anything. Uh, okay, sea goddess, my purest secret. It was like tasting a rose and smelling the sky's color, and that touch was too much. So forbidden it felt. I felt it later, in my mind when our kisses were vapors. Eclectically beautiful, composite of the best. I recently looked at your pictures and something flickered. I remembered how close to my face that smile was, and how short the existence of our wow was. You were so inquisitive, asking my attorney questions. I was fighting a giant trying to break me, dozing from the blows you wakey to me. You saw a brighter future then, told me where I was wouldn't be where I end. You're my purest secret, because nothing impure happened. I can't believe we even talked marriage. Would you have liked a horse and carriage? My wishing well granted me you when I was in distress. The princess from afar I called sea goddess. Yeah. Ah, she's cute. I liked her. Now I'm telling you, there's a woman out there who would be so mad at the fact that I'm smiling like this, reminiscing about somebody. When I just got married, she told me she had a baby. She said, I have a kid, 2 years old, and I'm still tired all the time. I'm saying people get married and they move on. And it's good to have memories like this and to know that no one got killed and no one got hurt. And we didn't, there was no disrespect. So, that's what I like about that. The fact that there was no disrespect. And, yeah, I'm just scrolling for another poll. I don't know. What you guys want to hear? Princess Goddess. This is the one that killed me dead. This is the most heartbreak I ever felt. I haven't read this in years. Princess Goddess. This was the one that just sometimes you're in a relationship, you can feel it's not going well and you're trying to break it off and it doesn't break off, and then you grow in different directions. You're almost parallel, you never meet. Well, even though I broke up with her, it just really killed me. It hurt for a long time, but it made me review my life. And then I wrote my first book, compiled my first book. Yeah, I wrote my first book, and then the other books followed. I became an author. So there's always a positive outcome. Gotta find a way to heal. So I'll read this one here, and I think I want to change location. Okay, so we'll play some music and we'll move somewhere else. Okay. Princess Goddess. Everybody asks me about you. Everybody asks me about you, and I just don't know what to do. So I tell them we don't speak, but I slowly start to get weak and open up depending on who I'm talking to. And I tell them about the pain I'm walking through. Khalil Gibran called it the breaking of the shell that conceals understanding. And I keep finding it out, and my mind finds it demanding. I've heard before, but I've never felt so uprooted. I'd feel like something was gone, but I understood it. With you, it just was never like that. So I tell them I died and came back. If you were to ask me, I'd be honest. You made me feel most modest. I'm used to being virtually worshipped, but the birds are perched with. The ladies find me great and adore me, but you found it so easy to ignore me. So I started to think I'm ugly, be sure and then believe it. It must entertain those who found me conceited. You are my treasure chest, so I invested to harvest. But my princess goddess left me depleted, heartless. And it wasn't you who broke my heart. You'd said I looked straight from the start. Everybody wanted a piece of me so much, but they didn't welcome it when I had your loving touch. I fought them, and then you are all I had in the end. Living in the hills, solo with only Facebook access to close friends. I heard lies that I was living with you. All this time I was missing you too. You were my girlfriend that loved me sometimes. I can't think of many things harder on the mind. I was expected to break your heart, so I didn't give up. But when I did, I was lonely because my best friends were in love with us. So I shed tears, friends, and I shed myself. I shed my family and the loss of you as I appeared to shed my wealth. But it was time I worked on my mind to get the dirt out. I lost a body you hated and made myself a non-stop workout. Made my life a non-stop workout. I forced myself to remember me, and I did. Took it back to when I was even a little kid. Now I'm physically impressive and my mind is celebrated. I found my essence and I'm generally elated. As if I take it back, the response is negative. I just still feel like a joke to you, but I'm better, kid. Glad you're still with the second guy after me. You're my ex. I don't always, but I need others to think of you with respect. I'm single, almost completely healed, still healing. Can't say how I feel for you because they're contradictory feelings. But negative feelings make up the majority of the composite. Sometimes I think you're great, but it's mostly the opposite. I was really bitter with this one, really bitter. And about a year later, I went to her and I made an apology, you know. I was engaged for the first time. I wasn't engaged yet, sorry, but I was in love for the first time since her. And I just felt like I need to make peace with her. Beautiful. She was expecting a baby. And she said, yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you. I just said, I'm sorry for being so bitter. You know, I was really bitter and I really hated her. You know, sometimes people call me bitter today and I'm just like, what are you talking about? I know what bitter is. Like, I hated this girl and I get sick. And I just, yeah, you know, some people really do you wrong and you're angry with them or you're disappointed in them or you don't want them in your life. It's different from being bitter, you know? But that was the woman, yeah, and she kind of disrespected me after the relationship. So yeah, it was just one of those things. But I found that yeah, I've never been hurt like that before. I mean, before and after, you know, she made me more careful. There's a chance I'd let myself fall again and open up to love, but for the most part, I'm very careful. I love everybody. The day I meet them, I love you more and more and more every day. But I don't let it lose. You know, I try not to. I do things to make me not fall in love, head over heels in love like that, where I just can't breathe without you. Oh, but I want to do that. But I think that's why we have children. You know, that's how much I love my children now. So yeah, it's just a cold world. People are jaded. People don't believe in love anymore. So I think that's part of the problem, you know. And I found that it's hard to find people. People are playing games too. Like I'm careful. It's not a game, but I'm careful. I'm ethical, but I'm careful. But other people, they're just playing games. Like, let's see what I can get out of this and then get out because there's no such thing as love. They don't believe in love. I believe love takes time to really grow and be solid. You know, it needs a foundation. It needs those ups and downs, you know, that keep, to see if you really love. Because when the first slump hits, what keeps you there? You know, it's that growing love, that brewing love, and then it becomes even more solid once you beat that slump. I really believe that, you know. So sometimes I wish for the slumps with people, but you realize they never loved you. So it's like the slump just is the norm for them, and you sitting there by yourself. And that's when you have to let the thing end, you know. I wrote this to my friend. There were times I couldn't think of a poem to write in the week. I was really busy. So I wrote this. I love you, Fox. Nothing much, just getting in touch. To say you are pretty, and I love how you witty. You get my silly jokes. I've been busy meeting with folks, sorting life out, growing, carefully picking which seeds I'm sowing. But I'm great. Oh, wait. Actually, I saved today's poem in the wrong place. So here you go, just for a smile on your face and for your memory box. I love you, Fox. Yeah, I know. Fox is one of those people I can say I love you too. was the only one. I love Fox because that's the cover girl. She's one of the only, this doesn't sound right, but it's just the truth. She's one of the only Black women that just love me, that I can say, hey, I'm short of some money, can you help me? And she'll help me without making me feel terrible. It's disturbing, but it's just the way it is. You know, I've got friends in powerful positions and they won't even help. There are times when you need a job. Even nice one wouldn't give me I don't know why, and she won't tell me. She was in, but I can imagine, employment agency. So here we are together, and then she can just get me a job, right? Even when we weren't together. Okay, we're not dating anymore, so you won't feel like funny. Wouldn't, you know? Mind-boggling. So I think sometimes women feel like they don't want to help the man because they lose respect for him. Or, hey, I don't know. But I just think we should kill that noise. There's affirmative action, the women in positions of power. You know, you gotta empower each other, you know. Homies have a competitive thing, but they do help, you know, they do help. And I just think, yeah. So it's precious that Fox loves me like that and lets me love her like that. But she's, you know, a mother, you know, loves, has a life, you know. I don't know the details. She's on the cover, so I can't say anything, you understand? She's, you know, most people, you don't know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I respect my friend's discretion. I told her to be my best man at my wedding. And she said, can I wear a tuxedo? She came there in a beautiful dress and she signed, she's my witness, you know? So yeah, she's scared to talk. I asked her to make a speech, but Mila made a speech. So yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna change location and we'll keep talking. I'm just gonna sit up, but in the meantime, I'll play some music, okay?
Would be no limits, Top Dog by Snoop. That's the first time I ever said I love you too. Did I mean it? Dog, I don't really know. I put her roses and took her out. Really did my ex chicken for show. Mo back then Quasimodo. But a virgin, that's a no-go. I had to let her go though. She kept me on a string like a yo-yo. I bounced from the back, but she was deaf like so-so. But yo, big Harry's don't have more dough than a Swedish. So I really enjoyed when she said this. No where she's from to take out the dude and break out the dude. If he is her number one, tricking on me, not picking on me. For wearing those dickies and when we smoke sticky, leave shit smoke with me and canine drink with me and Milo and Cyclone and Styles, yo. I was at a crib when I got the phone call. A boys got attacked and my mind was blown, yo. If I had to choose to kill them fools, choose a chick who would have put in the bill for the two. Love is no matter what the you feel it inside, just let it flow. I am glad she was what we were true. They saw red and had the blue. From zero to hero with an extra zero behind the ones and twos, a Negro with the Negro instead of slow to slants. I took a long trip in Cape Town waterfront. I took a long sip. I bought a 40 rand cigar. What? Pick in my pocket, man, it's mixing my sala. 10s, 20s, 50s. I'm Rudy with a slight guilt trip. I could pay my school fees. Blind faith. Feeling sick on a speedboat. Wondered if Nelson Mandela would beef though. In Robben Island, smiling, heartbeat violent. Mouth silence, you breathe like violence. Cape Town's a beautiful place where you find race after beautiful race. Overtly mingling. Free now, nobody's singling me out. Ching-a-ling a G out. Get a color hard if I so far. Eating calamari. If I sold out, dog, I'm not at all sorry. Going back to Sweden, I lived there in Cape Town and bankrupt and better. I couldn't stay down. Love is love, it don't matter what the feel it inside, just let it flow. I am glad she was what we were true. They saw red and had the blues. Yeah. Spoke with her a few years ago, you know. She was like, how you doing? And I told her I have a song, but at that time the song wasn't as polite, you know, I had to make it more respectful. but I'm on this mission, man. I use a lot of stuff from the past because I just need this message to be out there. Like, woman love 365. Hashtag woman love 365. Gotta love women, man. Your ex, your future, your wife, whatever. Because there's too much abuse going on. Too much verbal abuse going on, and the verbal abuse goes to other things. So I'm on this mission to just make beautiful music, celebrating women of all types. I got a book as well, Woman Love 365, the book. And toast to everybody from beyond today, from before today. And God bless my beautiful wife, man. She's allowing me to do all this without putting a funny face. I got 100 songs, so I gotta let them out. I don't have time to write anymore. We just gotta heal the woman, gotta heal our relationship with women as men, Yeah.
Hey, where's the music?
Symphonies are composed of people like you who make up the spirit soar like an eagle at a time when they are feeble. I met you at the university, looking like adversity. If I approach you, you would damn near murder me. Looking so gorgeous like a porpoise in the blue waters, peaceful like an emperor's daughters, causing rigor mortis to that player in me. I took a slower than a tortoise, my confidence wavered like my game was the shortest. I saw happiness was imminent. I rhyme girls with eggs impotent. I rhyme other players militant. Cause this one I wouldn't wanna lose. The other kind of like besides the mic, I want you by my side, but like it like a wine. I got problems, only time can solve them, understand? Every time I'm hurting, you're the one who holds my hand. The sanity in my insanity, I promise you, got the best and that ain't vanity. Know that Yagotanda, Galrada. Me and you was like Winnie and Dada. Senseless, but you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Know that Yagotanda, Galrada. Me and you was like Winnie and Dada. Senseless, but you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Your sunshine in the human form, twisted with a quiet storm. Brewing it, feeling coldness, now I'm feeling warm. Carry me like a wave, even though I'm dancing.
Of my book.
Anything much. I
thought about making this color. Black and white is better. It could look like a museum. I'm an artist, Dreamcatcher made this for me. It's me with the P up. With old radios, I got a vinyl. Check it. Serendipity made that for me. Thank you. Thank you, Queen. Bookshelf. My boys. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah, they cut their dreadlocks now. This corner here, I remember them. Their toys, it keeps me focused on them. Everything is for them. There's my hip hop award. This place is always a mess, but it's fine. You'll be okay. These are the books. This was meant to be a Oh my goodness, excuse
But
me.
you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Know that Yakutanda, Yaurada. Me and you was like Winnie and Dada. Senseless, but you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Know that Yakutanda, Yaurada. Me and you was like Winnie and Dada. Senseless, but you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Know that Yakutanda, Yaurada. Me and you was like Winnie and Dada. Senseless, but you love me, it is senseless. Good things can never be endless. Dear Mrs. Play Dirty, I'm not Play Dirty no more, but you know, every now and then I fall back into it, you know. Just a big thank you, because you know, when you came into my life, it was like a very important time and changed my life. I'm a much better person now, I promise. I am, you know.
Story about that ending. I don't want to make this too long because I want you guys to enjoy. This year I shot my podcast. I recently was cleaning and moved everything.
I woke up with the heart on, it's still not gone. I need you, booty, I beg a pardon. For the short notice, but I'll be not long. Because I kind of might even want the heart on. Everything is getting off when we get it on. We don't need a getaway, that's why we get along. Her lips is jealous of my breast is fetish. My lips is zealous, it enhances wetness. Defense is restless, endless. Delays are senseless. I'd make an empress, a temptress. Yeah, I'll be there. No, I love being with you. I don't love you. I love being with you. What is this?
Just getting ready.
I'll tell you when I'm there.
Just getting ready.
You heard how hot sex with the Exes. It's impossible to exit. Descriptive of the sexes, 3 X's. Her body's a locket, her arm is a necklace. Pornographic therapy, I'm relishing the images. My photographic memory, embellishing the images. Moaning like I'm coming with 2 penises. Twice a man from 2 Mars. She's coming from 2 Venuses. Clutches me, rides me smooth like Alexis.
Hey, listen to the words.
Eventually gets reckless. Triple X with an X, quadruple X sexes. Deep love, good sex reflexes. I love seeing that the IMAX can capture with simultaneously climax and rapture. Cries in my arms like she wants to die. Guess we both wonder why we ever said goodbye.
Okay, we're gonna continue.
I love you, you know. But I mean, you broke up with me, so you know. I'm cool. I mean, I'm missing around a little bit, but I go there, you know. I mean, you got that man, you got that old clown. What do you think? Not all good, though, you know. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this no more. We get all up fit.
You love it, guys.
No, let the future home. All right, then. Peace.
Yeah, the next one's a bit long, but you heard that song at the end where the phone cuts off. That used to actually happen. When I used to call Belovedest, my first love in varsity. So during the vacations, she'd go home and I would call using a payphone, right? And some of those phones, when you call, it goes dee, dee, dee. So she had a little brother, and the little brother would he'd make fun of me. He'd say, the guy is calling, oh, Mr. Dee, dee, dee is calling, something like that. You know, oh, those were the most beautiful times. But I was terrible. Like, I think I was like supremely jealous. I was insecure. I think who she's seeing watches home, you know? And I'd call her every day. Get embarrassed now. But I thought I was impossible to love. until I met her, you know. And she's just sweet. She was my friend for a long time. And after 2010, that baby goddess, that breakup that hurt me, I compiled this book, Smiling After Lost Love. We had one. And one of the people I called everybody to ask for permission. And she was one of the people that I called, and we became friends again. But I was like checking if I hurt her so badly because I was in pain. I'm like, yay. Was I such a bad person that I gotta feel this kind of pain? She had a good laugh at me. It was so nice to talk to her. It always is very nice to talk to her. She's just amazing. So I'm gonna do the poem for her now. Okay. You know, this is so you can see if the poems are good or not. But to me, it's like letters. I call them neatly packaged letters. Yes, that's what they are. To belovedest, love, growth, music, and us. How is the love of my whole entire life doing? I know you knew a rhyme about you was brewing. I just came to give you love using the songs you sang me as a story, and to thank you for making me believe it's possible to be loved without the glory. I was cheesing just now, playing that black song you'd sing so beautifully. It emphasized your favorite parts of Bring It All to Me, like your baggy jeans, your Timbs, your thug appeal. Will I ever meet a girl even half as real? I love remembering the way you just didn't like that Daz Dillinger. But when I had a migraine, you tucked me in and played it while I was healing up. The funny way you hugged that Eminem CD you bought for us. When at the end he says, I'm just playing, ladies. You know I love you. I forgot to sing it, but you'd hug me and sing to heal me when I was scared, when I was scarred. I'll do anything. I'll do anything for your love. I love you wherever you are. It don't matter. It don't matter how far. Oh, I remember it. I found the song this year and I sent it to her. She got mad. She wrote a post talking about what a drag. I'm like, Anyway. I would sometimes not believe you were really in my world. You were simply the most incredibly sincere and beautiful 19-year-old girl. I remember when we had fought one Friday and you were sleeping, I assumed. Kelly's music video, Get Along With You, came on in the TV room. It was like you crying out to me when her body dismantled. I felt so much guilt. I went to find you, realizing your pain was something I could not handle. For crowding you, I have to blame the song Just Like Daddy by Machiavelli. It's where I got your nickname, Thug Mrs., but he also said, I see you dating. My mind thought that was what a girl wants in order to not have issues. I'm glad now that you were insightful and true when you said, it was nice to miss you. When you were gone, it was like the Snoop's song, Losing Control for real in my mind. I was in love at times. I was so hurt, you made me forget my rhymes. It was like KISSING by Nas. Had to sit back, smoke a blunt, just look with a fine ass body and a damn good cook. And it was hard seeing you with someone else, but it helped me grow. Seeing you hugged up humbled me, and I worked on some things, like, you know. But then my next girl, who then dated my friend, smashed my rap dream to little itty bitty bits. I'd appreciate you sharing the lies you tell, and I love you for saying, a bitch is a bitch is a bitch. Some years later, that song by Case played on the radio, and I zoned out for days. But I saw you pass me. Already mirrors playing tricks on me because you fade away. Oh, I'm missing you. And it subsequently say the chorus entitled emphatically. And I subsequently say the chorus entitled emphatically. I'm missing you. You were miles away and I was wondering who was kissing you. Remember our songs were both versions of Thank God I Found You? I was Nas and Joe, you were Mariah Carey. Thank God I found. Oh, thank God I found you. You're my crown jewel. I'm saying, boo, the top I'd get my last name too. I'd rap and you'd sing. This is my way to thank you for making you smile, because you're such a vibe, and thank you, vibe, and thank you, vibe, and thank. Every word in our breakup songs was so true. I was so touched when months later you said it was called Thomas is Emotional for You. And I'd die small deaths for 10 years when I'd hear Mariah's Against All Odds. Even Phil Collins' original version could make me have questions for God. Thank you for helping me through my two other painful breakups years later. 2005, she just left me for no reason when I was about to go fly to the US and celebrate her. The 2010 split was a real killer, hurt more than your departure in many ways. But not only did I not know her, but for the first time in a relationship, I was doing financially okay. When I see her afterwards, nothing seemed familiar, and she was with different people. Were these people there all along while I was working, planning our life? I felt stupid, weak, and feeble. When everything was starting to come together, I got crucified like the Son of God. A lady friend dedicated track 2 in Mariah's album via SMS, and the track list I found said Against All Odds. Perplexed, I thanked her and said we should speak, because I couldn't ever again see her as my lady. Maybe my friend was going through something, I thought, but her response was, "You're crazy." Then I got depressed again, and I knew I had to find you, or I'll simply not be well again. And everything connected. You were back, and I thank God I found you, doing so well, my friend. It's been great being in touch again, and you telephonically smiled at me like Jesus to a child. Like Jesus to a child. You deserve to see this refined brother I've become more, because you know I was wild. Being a nice guy has brought me a lot of pain though, because it's considered weak. But I calmly watch my life like a movie and try my best to just write until I must really speak. I'm taking however long I want with this poem because you're the most important relationship. You said the qualities you hate in others are qualities you possess yourself, and it's true, ain't it? I learned that eliminating those is how one becomes great, but sometimes one must fall back. Weak people are suspicious of virtue, and when they don't see armor, they go on the attack. If I would dedicate a song to you today, I would have to say Boyz II Men's Thank You. You're the most beautiful girlfriend I've ever had, so remember that too. The world is yours, and you're with me every time I hear anything from our year together. I want to see you very soon, but must climb back strong so I can live at the peak forever. Like my song for you says, know that I love you and will never forget you. I really thought I was impossible to love until I met you. Thank you for teaching me to cry and crying for me so much. A better day has come, and today there is very little of such. Ah, belovedest, belovedest. Thank you. I like this poem. I have another poem, which was The Lady in the Waiting Room. This was, I'd been in a street fight, and we went to the one hospital, and I was sitting in Gray's Hospital in Pietermaritzburg, and I was sitting next to this lady, and she had been injured by her husband, and I was injured in the fight. So I needed stitches. My hand was just like, it's cut from, let me see. It's cut from here to here. They need to cut my thumb off here to about here. There's still like a scab here, which is so interesting. Like, skin you can peel. It's bad at 6 stitches eventually. So I was waiting for that. And so I start talking to this lady, and she's like, "He hit me." She said, "I don't know why he hits me." You know, I just had a conversation with her for about maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Lady in the Waiting Room, posted on July 13, 2012. It was such a shame, but I remember it, unlike your name. I was in the waiting room, as bloody as you, but you had a womb. Had your child with you, sitting there injured too. Say you don't know why he hits you. Sympathetically, you charged it to alcoholic issues. I'd been attacked with broken bottles, had to sit down because I started to wobble. It was an hour later and it was starting to hurt. I had nearly given back my birth. You had married him and bore him a child. You were rewarded with nights so wild. You were waiting for attention, injured in ways you could not completely mention. I pray you made it out okay, as seldom as I pray. But I'm sad because I would find you there if I went tomorrow. Waiting, new face, new pain, wishing it would stop somehow. That's it. I feel like stopping there. Guys, I'm doing this woman love 365 movement. You know, it's very important. Even my music, even the songs I'm playing, even if there are misogynistic times in our lives as men, we gotta get back. You know, Tupac once said, white boys go to the army to become men. If you come back alive from the military, you come back as a man. He said the black and the brown people, they become thugs. And if you survive that, you come out as a man, you know? And even when Tupac died, KRS once said, if Malcolm X had died at Tupac's age, he would have been a gangster named Detroit Red. So my point is this, we all gonna go through these confused phases, trying to find out who we are. The anger from one rejection, from two rejections, but we gotta fall back at some point, you understand? And just come back to humane again, to human again. And I think it's very important how Tupac put it, that whatever phase you're gonna go through, you know, the hoeing phase, whatever you call it, you gotta come back. You gotta come back to kindness, because we have a world to build, especially us non-white people, us brown people, black people. We have a lot to repair. You know, they turned our lives upside down for centuries, and we have an opportunity to correct things. And we're not gonna fix anything, nothing, if the man and the woman do not get along. If we can't partner in business and cooperation and make things happen, nothing will work. So I think it's very important. Woman Love 365, hashtag Woman Love 365. Say nice things, say constructive things, say things that build to women, about women, and write the hashtag Woman Love 365. I feel like women should, if you're feeling down, if you're having a bad day, you must just go hashtag Woman Love 365, and you'll just find all positive things that make your day, you know, or just help you fight. So I'm hoping one day it'll pick up. If it doesn't, it's fine. I hashtag Woman Love 365 day all the time. So there will be stuff there. And I just hope people who can do this better than me do it and join me along. Others are doing their own things, you know, different things as well. So that's what we're about. We're just trying to. So me using all this older poetry, old love songs, old whatever, is to show progression. You know, I don't have time to sit. If I had to sit now and write about my whole life, it would have been difficult, but I've been writing all along because I want us to work on doing better, healing, loving, so our children can have hope, you know. That's why I do these things. COVID-19, speaking of the events now, the Bring and Bright book launch, COVID-19 made it awkward for me because you plan an event and you don't know if by the time the event happens, there'll be lockdown or complications. So I did Bring and Bright events, and I didn't have a budget. So people can pre-order books and get them at the launch, at the Bring and Bright. And they bring meat and drinks. I can bring other stuff, you know. But if you cannot make it, then I courier the stuff. I can send the stuff to you. So I did that partly because of the budget issue, but the reason it's expensive, you gotta buy a book to come in. But if you have a book already from previous launches, you can just come and just bring whatever. I'm not good at catering. I'm a bachelor. Man by himself in a big house. I can feed myself though. So I got given biryani. I had my own meat to braai, but I'm not gonna braai today. So I have biryani. Thank you, Serendipity, for that. It's special. I want to add that I have a website. www.brian.khoza.love. Okay. I'll make everything for free download. But if you want the physical copies, you got to email or send a WhatsApp. And we can courier to you in South Africa, probably outside too a little bit. But if people want physical books internationally, I'm going to do the Amazon thing. I'm not a fan of that, but I'll have to because I'm limited, right? So I'll do that. You know, there's a lot to learn. I'm sure there's a way around it, but for now, just to make it easy for people to get the stuff, Amazon, and of course, Adam's Bookshop has it, and there are boutique stores around that have the book as well. All my books, Born Almost Free, Smiling After Lost Love, Woman Love 365, not only on Women's Day, about 50 women. Weekly Poems from 2012 is the latest one. And it's all part of one movement. Let's heal our relationship between men and women. Let's heal our relationship as men and as women with each other. Let's heal whatever damage we've had. You know, I'm dealing with a divorce right now. And I've reached a point where I'm not talking to the woman. I don't want to be a hypocrite because it's insults. It's a year insult. Everybody will calm down eventually, but the insults are just too much for me. So at some point, I don't know how, but I know at some point they'll be calm. And I personally, the man I am, I wouldn't want to waste time. But sometimes dealing with a person who's not there, doesn't have the maturity. You know, you can't, no one is allowed to say whatever they want to say to me. Definitely. And a lot of you abusive guys, let's say abusive, because some of you are being abused first, then you snap, and that's the abuse. The other abuse is not talked about. Some of you guys don't acknowledge that you're dealing with this stuff. So people look at me bad, but I'm dealing with an abusive situation where a person can say any kind of insult if you cannot do what they want. If you don't have the money they want, they say whatever they want to say to you. I can't deal with that. So we cut communication for a bit, you know. Point is, God, I'm living my message, right? You're gonna raise your voice, you're gonna maybe swear sometimes, but ultimately there's nothing that is harmful. Killing people and stuff like that is not gonna happen. And that's the message, you know. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for watching all my events, my shows, my Bring and Prior Book Launch events, my Woman Love 365 convos on YouTube. Please subscribe and share. For the book sales, I really appreciate people buy directly from me. People are too cool to support you. So the people who message me and buy from me means a lot. It means a whole lot. Hopefully next year I'll start going on tour for the rap stuff now, because I've got a rap book as well. Woman Love 365, Learning to Respect Women. The songs you're hearing are from there. So thank you for supporting. I've got something called Divorce Diary, which I do. It's just like a reality TV thing I do. Some of it will be embarrassing, but it's fine. I'll live. But I want to show some people how to survive. It's not a pretty thing to survive divorce, especially if your children are taken away, you know. So thank you very much. God bless you. May everything be provided that you need, and be happy and safe, be blessed, enjoy your loved ones, enjoy your time alone, whatever you're doing now, and enjoy 2022. I believe it will be better than this year. All right. Gabon. Christmas roll now, so let me play a song. What's a nice song? What's a nice song? Let's play Up Into the Fan. Let's play Nazuma. I like this one.
The energy that you give to me, my Zuma. I take a breather, I catch a breath to kill death. know best before daytime ever fish. I love how we communicate, you elevate the level of my concentration. Concentrate, easy like ABC. The universe begins with you and I. You baby me. Dealing with my do-do, humming what you do, that telepathy you do. Boo-boo, you watch me crawl until I walk better, ignore my draw until I talk better. For getting quiet, getting right, getting by, guessing I'm getting mine. Second life reason for getting by. No strings attached, but you'll never sever ties. We like a cordless phone. Did I lie? Forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected. You lied at the entrance like a doormat, but now we got a format and you saw that. I brought it all back cause you didn't call back. I'm acting like a chick, I know, ignore that. I'm sensitive, on a bunch of sidekick. Taurus, the zodiac sign, mess up, nosy like a sinus. I wanna know how you feeling. If you're scarred, are you healing? What type of drug you dealing? Is it love? Is it lust? Is it you? Is it us? Insist we dismiss the kiss and discuss. We're feeling things, but are we feeling something? You my remedy for much more than one
I haven't cleaned up.
parasitic or symbiotic.
It's not done
I'm
even.
feeling chaotic.
Fruits are important.
A friend in my thing now. There's a string now. I wanna give you a ring now. Forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected, forever connected, forever respected. Swagalanga neno, sonde. Come through the Telugu Sabella, Basuba Sugela, Godesoza Yapela, Sinapilinga, Legone Uma Umdalela, Swagalanga Neno, Sonde. Come through the Telugu Sabella, Basuba Sugela, Godesoza Yapela, Sinapilinga, Legone Uma Umdalela.
Yeah. Yeah, bonga. Take good care. Sharp, sharp.